grateful to our sponsors, Kelly Stafford with Stafford Tree Service, and also Black Kow Cow Manure. If you need your trees trimmed locally, remember Stafford Tree Service at staffordtreesvc.com. And please visit Black Kow Cow Manure, that's K-O-W. Remember, both of the contact details are in the description below. If you're in Tampa Bay and you've got a large tree that may have a problem with it, maybe it's hanging over your house and you've been quoted thousands of dollars to have that tree removed, maybe you need that done, but maybe you don't. Let us come out and take a look at your tree, give you an unbiased opinion, because I don't carry a chainsaw. We want to make sure we can save all the trees we can in Tampa Bay. They have borers, they have fungus. Give us a call, we'll come out and take a look at it, maybe inject it, and maybe save it. Hi, I'm Stan DeFreitas, Mr. Greenthumb, for the Ask Mr. Greenthumb Gardening Segments. Asparagus Fern. Now, it says it's a fern, but it's not really a fern. And I always find that odd in the hort business that we often put a name on something that really isn't true, and that would be for this one as well. The asparagus fern was named after Carl Ludwig Springer, and that's where the name originated from. He made it a very popular plant in Europe, even though it's not native to Europe, and it's really not native to the US. But this plant can grow in many areas. Now, this one's in a hanging basket, and I like it in a hanging basket, or I like it in an area where you need low light, or it'll take bright light too. So it's pretty good. It's pretty tolerant about the amount of light that it needs. Remember that you should probably have it in a container. Why? Because it becomes invasive. And by that, you don't want this just planted loosely in your yard normally, because it tends to grow everywhere. It can drop seeds, especially in the spring, and for many folks, they would call this an invasive plant. So if you keep it in a container and you're careful and you make sure it doesn't get out of hands, the plant doesn't get a bad name. But if you just don't care and you're not going to be someone who's going to watch out for where it grows and how it grows, well, then maybe it wouldn't be on your horizon. This plant needs, we said, bright light to low light. It needs a good soil. It'll grow in almost anything though. It's really a rough, tough plant. It's one of the reasons people like to grow it in a basket, because it doesn't typically die out like so many plants do that are put into containers. As far as watering, depends on the size of the container. If you want to use your finger, use the moisture meter that God gave you, you can do that, or get a little moisture meter. I'd let it dry a little bit in between. It has little corms that you can take that'll come up that look like little small, I call them little mini looking potatoes, but you can take those off and start new plants if you want to propagate it, typically in the spring. It'll die back when it gets down below freezing, but normally comes back depending on where you're at. And if you wish to mulch it, you certainly could. Fertilize it about every 2 to 3 weeks during the growing season. And I would trim back some of the growth that gets too out of bounds, because this plant tends to want to be just a real plant that goes off in every direction. But if you want something that's tough, and if you want something that I call kind of a kill me if you can type plant, this is one you might try. Many years ago, I offered a Brown Thumber Award for people who killed plants that you can't easily kill. And darned if I didn't have somebody send me a picture that they had killed their asparagus fern, which is often called Asparagus springeri. If you've killed your Asparagus springeri, you need to send me a picture of it so we can put your name up on our list of shame. No, everybody loses plants. If you do lose a plant, don't feel bad. We all do that grow plants. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means sometimes things go. Like all plants, all pets, all people. Eventually, we have our expiration date. And this one can eventually as well. But if you want something that's tough and rough, it's probably a good choice for your patio, for your deck, for an area near your home. Of course, remember that new videos will be dropping every Saturday at 10 a.m. on your favorite social media platforms. So if you like this, hit the subscribe button, tell your neighbors, tell Aunt Mary, tell Uncle John to join up. Just hit the little button and you'll be part of our group. Thanks for watching.